show starting here tonight. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Let me know if you can. As we get ready to rock and roll here tonight. Oh, nope, that'll get us an echo here possibly. Try that. Let's see here. Yep, there we go. Perfect. We got PJ Whitman out there on track for warm-ups here out of Scranton, PA. We got William Gay out here joining us. Points tonight, if you're curious, as this is championship night for the Xfinity Series, your point standings are as follows. And let's get to the Xfinity. And see if we can get them up here. Give me a moment here as we get this ready to rock and roll. Looks like here for your driver standings. And looking like Sage Greco out front with 351 points. Chase Matsko in second with 337. Not sure what that was about. Man, that hurt. But William Gay here in a tie for third with Brian Peters. In fifth is going to be Nigel Steele with 283 points. Peters and Gay are tied with 325 points apiece. So it should be an interesting night of racing here as we get ready for tonight's racing action. We're here at North Wilkesboro. Just a few more moments here of warm-ups. $100 laps the distance here at North Wilkesboro to decide your season champ here tonight. Up there out front. Your starting grid is going to end up looking like it. Let's look at it here, folks. We got William Gay out there on pole with Ron Hammond there in second. PJ Whitman, he'll start third tonight in car number 3 with Chase Zilla, car number 26, starting in fourth. Josh Duncan, he'll roll off tonight in fifth in car number 07. Darrell Whitford driving to number 20, starts in sixth. The number 6 of Michael Rowland will be rolling off in seventh. Nigel Steele, car number 8, starting eighth. James White in 888 there, starting 9th. Brian Peters in 10th, driving car number 5. And Joseph Spillman, driving car number 41, will roll off tonight in 11th. Hey, watch them all get ready to roll around here out of turn number 2. Down there out of the back stretch now. Here at North Wilkesboro, coming there across the start-finish line in the corner number 1 and 2. I thought that was 1 and 2 that we were at, but evidently not, as we see them here come through 1 and 2 now. Trying to find us the best camera view here for tonight's action, and not really happy with any of them as of yet, other than maybe camera 2. I see him come out of corner 2. There goes Fred, driving that pace machine down on the pit road there at the beginning of turn 3. Hey, what's coming there out of the corner? Green flag is out. We're down and away here tonight as they come into corner number 1. William Gay down there on the inside, taking an early lead. That 190 there, Ron Hammond pushing way up there to the outside wall as they work down there off the corner. They got Gay out front, Wentland there in a second. There you see the battle for third. As you got that 07 of Josh Duncan trying to get underneath the 190 of Ron Hammond. Will get there. And I believe that inside lane is going to be the quicker way around North Wilkesboro here tonight. Our short track racing it here tonight for the Xfinity Series from FMA, the Freedom Motorsport Alliance. And caution out, your first caution of the night. Unsure exactly where. Looks like it might be on James Whiteheart. Or, I'm sorry, James White. James the Weapon White. It was him up there along the bottom side of the speedway coming here into the corner. Around he'll go down there on the bottom. Yeah, that will be your caution right there. Let him get loose and tagging that bottom side wall. All right, here we get rolling. I'd like to try to maybe, and a remembrance of what today is here in the U.S. As a few might know, that December 7th is today's date. And I'd like to take a moment of silence for all those that served, and especially those that may have lost their lives on that fateful day back in 1941. All right, thank you there, and we'll get the race in here shortly as they come around here on the front stretch. Gay's going to take the inside lane once again. That'll put Wentland up there on the outside, bringing there the 07 of Duncan down there on the inside there, and Integrity Farms. Working there off the corner they go. Short track racing here tonight. I think a green flag coming out of corner number 4 down here across the track. Lap number 7 on the board. They head on out here into 1 and 2 onto that backstretch. Great job there by Wentland getting down onto the inside lane coming into the corner. Had room there to do it, so he'll salvage that second spot for the moment. Now you see that 6 of Mike Rowland there behind him, trying to work his way up there through the pack. And back here battling, there's you see the 8 of Nigel Steele down there on the bottom. There you see Chase Zilla in the Gibson number 26. Right behind him, that's number 20 of Daryl Whitford. Hey, watch that 07 trying to get underneath the 06 just in front of Chase Zilla. Come around here down in the corner, number 1 and 2. Man, oh man, what a excellent night so far. Alrighty, here we go. Coming down here off of 2. Down through the backstretch in the corner, number 3 and 4. Across the stripe down here, once again, you're looking there at Chase Zilla as he rolls around there in a 5th. Right there in front of him, the 07 trying to get underneath of the 6 of Rowland. Chase Zilla getting up there, inching up there behind the 07. And he Wentland there in second. Just in front of the driver. You see the 20 coming into the picture there of Daryl Whitford. Daryl Whitford back there in 6th position right now. Out of Columbus. Is that Columbus, Mississippi? I'm not good with the MS. Whether it be Missouri, Mississippi. I can't remember what the MS is. Forgive me on that. Hey, watch him roll down here. There you see the 6, Mike Rowland, Daryl Whitford. We said there's Nigel Stilley in that Gatorade number 8 machine. Ron Hammond back here in the 190, rolling off corner number 4. James the Weapon White back here in 10th. Joseph Spillman out of the race. I don't know, he might not have taken the grid here tonight. Yeah, Mike Rowland. Rolling around there. There we got Chase Zilla. Slowly getting up there to the 07 of Josh Duncan. And Josh Duncan's out of Commercial Point, Ohio. And you see them battling side by side as Josh is down there on the inside. Chase up there on the top side. Driving that Gibson number 26. Up off the corner, up into the outside wall goes Chase. There you what? Wetland come down there. Nigel Stilley back there in 8. Ryan Peters 7. Dale Whitford there in 6. William Gay out front leading the way. And as we said before, in the points, William Gay sitting 3rd with 325. Sage Greco out front right now with 351. And I unfortunately do not see Greco in tonight's race. So this could really shake things up here tonight. William Gay battling for the main event here tonight. And we got Chase Zilla down there on the inside of Mike Rowland. Little tap coming there off turn number 2. As they work here in the 3. Looking there at Daryl Whitford up there on top, as we said. Mike Rowland now as he's got the 07 underneath him. Doesn't clear. Then has to fall in behind Mike Rowland. Josh Duncan sitting there in 5th. Daryl Whitford in 20th back here into number 20. There you got Josh Wetland up, or PJ Wetland, sorry. PJ Wetland in the number 2 spot, driving at number 3, AC Delco. Mike Rowland down there in the corner, number 1 and 2. Lap 20 of the 100 here tonight. Man, these laps are clicking away here in the FFTV Xfinity Series here tonight. Down there off corner number 2 they go. I'm sorry, off corner number 4. Down here in the 1 and 2. Whitford there going up high. Duncan still working that low side. Rowland still there in 2nd. Chase up there in the 3rd as he's slowly gaining on Wetland. Now Wetland, let's see if I can find out where Wetland is in the points. Wetland is down in 6th right now with 266 points. So I don't know if Wetland will have what it needs to get up there to the points. Gay has a shot at bringing home the points here, depending on what Chase Zilla does here throughout tonight's race. Depending on how the bonus points and everything fall. It could be anybody's night. I appreciate everybody that tunes in here to Leaguer Farm TV. Head on down here in the corner number 1. Mike Rowland. There you see Josh Duncan getting underneath Mike Rowland. There's PJ Wetland there in 3rd. Mike Rowland there for it. Josh Duncan there 5th. Daryl Whitford there in 6th. And Ryan Peters in 7th. Working up off the corner. Nigel Stilley there in 8th. Ron Hammond there 9th. James the Weapon here in 10th. I got William Gay running it out there in the front. Starter on pole, has not looked back. You see there's the gap on these drivers. Spillman is out. Green flag here for everybody else. Hey, watch him come off the corner down there in the 1 and 2. Chase Zilla there in 2nd. PJ Whitland third, Josh Duncan there fourth, Daryl Whitford there fifth, Ryan Peters there in fifth. And I have just lost my SDK, so give me a moment here to try to get it back up on my end. Whitman still running third here tonight. Josh Duncan fourth, Ryan Peters there fifth, Daryl Whitford back here in sixth. Out of Columbus, I want to say it's Mississippi. Let me look at that real fast here so I know I'm giving the right information. Okay. So MS is Mississippi, so I do have that correct. Missouri is MO. Who the heck is... What the heck's Montana? Montana, MN? Hey, yeah, so Minnesota's MN. Those two abbreviations that are 2 letters long for the M's, they always trip me up at who's who. I would discuss that. You saw there we have a caution flag here. Ryan Peters involved. Daryl Whitford there in a 20, heavily involved. Take a look at the on the pole instant replay here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, wait a moment here. Wait a moment. We got to rewind this a little bit. I see we got Josh Duncan, part of the cause up here. They come off a turn 4 up there across the stripe. Ends up there and just nowhere really for cars to go. They slam the brakes. Some of them getting on them really hard. The 20 getting a lot of damage there for Daryl Whitford. The 6 also has some. I was honestly surprised that we haven't seen something before this. I mean, we are over a quarter of the way through the race before we saw our first big incident here. We're under caution once again. Try to see if we can get here with some of our, see if we can get with somebody here. Pancake! Good evening there, Chase. It's Adam up here in the booth. How you doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing well. What's your take on the point standings coming into tonight?
Well, if the Sage isn't here, I think I got a pretty good shot at it.
Well, I mean, the guy behind you, he's not too far behind either.
Yeah, well, right. Got to keep him behind me then. Isn't that the goal?
I mean, looking at the points here, looks like you got 337, William Gay's got 325, and Greco had 351.
Yeah.
So,
we'll see how the drop weeks play into that as well, though, when I load it up after the race. But
well, you'll have to figure your drop weeks and everything, but you're getting ready to go green flag racing. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Up there out of turn 4, green flag back in the air, Chase down there on the inside, spins the tires. He spun the tires there coming off the restart. That'll give it over to William Gay out front once again. He falls back there in the second. Nigel Steely there in third. Wetland down there on the bottom side underneath of Steely. They battle it off there, turn 4. Wow, such fun tires there on the restart, giving William Gay the advantage that he needed to get back out there in front. They roll it back down here out of the corner. We're here at lap number 39 of the 100 as you watch them work off of 4 back across the line. Man, oh man, there you see Josh Dungan on pit road. Whitford is out with damage. And look out, Wetland going around. We saw Wetland going around there. I don't see a caution flag. He'll get it back underway here. Single car incident there on the backstretch. Spun it coming out of 2. He's back underway, not blocking traffic. Here they come out of turn number 3 and 4 now. Wetland's trying to work his way there himself through 1 and 2. Here comes the leaders down there through 1 and 2. And somebody is not too far in front of the leaders. I'm trying to get a look at who that might be. That's Mike Rowland. They're in 6th, not too far ahead of William Gay, who's leading the race right now. Lap number 43, closing in halfway, little by little. Work off of 2 down that back straightaway. Chase there in 2nd, Nigel Steely back here 3rd. Gay, as we said, out front. Wetland there in 5th. Rolling the lap down now. Dungan is officially out. White is sitting in the pits. Peters is sitting in the pits. Dungan, Whitford, and Spillman all out tonight. I don't believe Spillman took the green, though. They watch them work out of 4 here at North Wilkesboro in the corner, number 1 and 2. Chase Zilla there in 2nd. Nigel Steely there in 3rd with Ron Hammond 4th. P.J. Wetland there in 5th. That is your top 5 right now that are on the lead lap. Roland is in 6th, 3 laps down. Everybody else is either in the pits or out. Just a few drivers left on track as you watch Gay roll in. Roland up there. So Roland could end up another lap down here. They got him in there in 4th. Steely there in 3rd. Chase Zilla 2nd. Gay there in front. 3 more laps, and it's halfway. Hopefully everybody's driver that you're watching is still running here tonight. Not sure where Greco ended up. He really had a pretty decent season here in the Xfinity cars. Take a week off, and then we'll be back at it, I believe, or unless we're off for Christmas. I got to look at the schedule. Hey, what? There you go. Gay getting around Roland. Here comes Chase Zilla. Making quick work of Roland as well. He tries to stay there with William Gay. And we might be enough on fuel to make it to the end. Question is, will tires last to the end? I mean, these drivers really have put on quite the season here in the Xfinity cars. Now we see Wetland back here in 5th after taking that spin off by himself, coming off of turn number 2. There's the 190, Ron Hammond running behind Nigel Steely, who's in that 8. Chase Zilla there in the number 26 Gibson machine. Got Black Sabbath across the back of the car and up into the outside wall. I want to say the hood says Black Sabbath as well on that cross. I'm not sure about that completely. Now William Gay down there through turn 1 and 2. There, Nigel Steely there third. Ron Hammond for P.J. Wetland there in 5th. Over halfway here at lap number 52. Chase Zilla in 2nd. Nigel Steely there 3rd. Ron Hammond there 4th. P.J. Wetland back here in 5th. Working off onto the bottom there. Chase Zilla up there in 2nd. Nigel Steely there 3rd. Ron Hammond for PJ Whitman, their fifth. Work down there on at the bottom of the racetrack. You got the 75 there, William Gay. Heading up off the corner, down here across the stripe. In the corner, number 1 and 2. They got the 75 there of William Gay. Chase Zilla in second. Nigel Stilley there third. Ron Hammond fourth. P.J. Wentland there in fifth. Tell you what, there you see Gay. Wow. Chase Zilla right there on his bumper. That's going to be the battle to watch. That's going to kind of determine who your winner is going to be. Now, these two really battle it hard here in the bottom. One and two? No, 3 and 4. Down here in the 1 and 2 now. Nigel Stilley back here in third. Ron Hammond back here fourth. Wetland there in fifth. And they roll it out there on the bottom of the speedway. Up, down here, out of the corner, in the corner number 1 and 2. Chase Zilla there at second. Nigel Stilley here third. Ron Hammond there fourth. P.J. Wetland back here fifth. Pounder 1 and 2. You see Gay still up front here at lap 62. Chase Zilla there in second. Nigel Stilley there third. Ron Hammond there fourth. Back there in fifth. P.J. Whitland. 100 laps, the official distance here at North Wilkesboro tonight. William Gay down through the back stretch here in the corner number 3 and 4. Got that clean air. As you see, Chase Zilla trying to get underneath him. Can't quite get there yet, but he is knocking on the door. Right in a little bit higher line there through 1 and 2. Try to get the run off the corner. And work down through the back stretch. Chase can somehow get a little bit of a run, but just cannot get underneath William Gay. Got a little bit of a looseness there coming there off of 4. Now he's looking up top, over top of William Gay. Could not quite get that pass to take place the way he wanted to. Work down there in the corner number 3 and 4. Chase Zilla up there on the higher end of the racetrack, trying to get that outer lane to work. And he is for the most part. Looks like he's going to overtake here on the outside. William Gay is going to end up down there on the bottom side and end up back in second. So now Chase Zilla out there in the front. Now Gay's going to end up the racetrack a little bit. Going to try to see if he can reel it back in. Chase Zilla's out there in front. Here, coming in lap 68 as they work down the back stretch here into corner number 3 and 4. Man, oh man, what a battle for the points here tonight between Chase Zilla and William Gay. Ron Hammond back here fourth, Wetland back here in fifth. he had a decent light going, but unfortunately ended up getting loose coming out of turn 2. Put some damage on that machine. I don't know if that damage is hurting them or not. It is short track racing. It's hard to say how much damage cars can take until it hurts them on these short runs like this. Hey, we're coming in lap 69. There you see Chase Zilla rolling through bottom of 1 and 2. Not too far in front of him is Whitman. We're there now off of turn 4. I see Gay might have burned up his stuff a little bit as he's falling back off of the pace down here in a second. His current lap times are 20.69, where Chase Zilla, he's running a 20.51. Nigel Steele, he's on pace with Chase. Just unfortunately, he's back here in third. Can't really get up there to battle. That lap, he was a little quicker than Chase. DJ Wetland in the pit road. You what? Come down there, down the front stretch. 29 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro. William Gay, second. Nigel Steele, third. Ron Hammond there fourth. BJ Wetland now a lap or so down. He's in the pits, rolling his 4 laps down. White is 19 laps down. Peters is still technically in the pits. Duncan, Whitford, and Spillman out of tonight's race. Spillman did not come to the grid. Not sure if he came in and qualified or not, but he did not race. Worked there off turn 4, now 27 laps to go. Worked there now off of 2, down through the backstretch. Chase Zilla out front, over top William Gay. William Gay, he's going to bring it on to pit road. Here with 27 laps to go. Oh boy. What type of interesting factors are coming into play here? I thought they could make it to the end unless William Gay is out of tire. We'll have to see here with 26 laps to go for Chase Zilla as he works down the front stretch down here in the corner number 1 and 2. 25 laps to go. He'll work it up off of 2 down that back straightaway again in the corner number 2. Now in the 3 and 4. William Gay goes lap down. So William Gay down a lap there in the 4. Steele and Hammond sitting there second and third. Chase Zilla out front. I'm kind of curious here what could be going on with William Gay in that 75. We got Mike Rowland coming into pits now. So a couple of these drivers that are rolling around here makes me wonder. I bet you they're going to have to make another pit stop. So now William Gay, he's going to be a little quicker here than Chase. He's rolling a 19.5, or I'm sorry, no, he ran a 19.68 this last lap. As Chase is running a 20.98. Gay's only a lap down. Interesting. Nigel Steele, Ron Hammond also still out on track. I'm not sure what drove William Gay to pit. The drivers all behind Ron Hammond all pitted a second time until you get down to about 7th position where James White is. James White only pitted once, but he spent an extended time on pit road. Chase Zilla out front. Nigel Steele there second. Ron Hammond there third. points are going to be interesting tonight. I will say that. It's going to be really, really interesting to see who comes out here on top of the FFTV Xfinity Series Points Championship here. Hey, Ron Hammond looking there. Coming into corner number 1 and 2. There you see Nigel Steele. The 6 of Mike Rowland. He's working underneath Nigel Steele. And 3, Wetland going around once again. They're on the backstretch. Keeps it together a little better this time, though. There you see William Gay going around him. Chase Zilla, 17 laps to go. Hey, out there in front, Nigel Steele, second. Ron Hammond there, third. That's what I want to see. I want to see exactly how these play out. They last pitted at lap 34, these 3 drivers. And we got 16 laps to go. Now, William Gay's a lap down there in the 4th. You see Chase Zilla there in front. They work down there through 1 and 2. Working there onto the backstretch. I'm not really getting any word if anybody's pitting any other times. I'm watching them all come there through turn 3 and 4. All staying high, so they're all going around another time. 14 laps to go. They got Chase Dilla working underneath the 888 of James the Weapon White. And out there in front, Nigel Steele back here in second. Ron Hammond third. William Gay, he's sitting there fourth, lap down to these drivers in front of him, but he looks like he's gaining on Ron Hammond, so he might be able to get back on the same lap as Ron Hammond here. With 13 laps to go. There he goes underneath. Nigel Steele there in front. Now there you see, he hit back on the same lap as Ron Hammond, but he's still a lap down to the drivers in front of him. Up Nigel Steele and Chase Zilla. As Chase works down the backstretch. 12 laps to go. I should have probably paid attention a little bit better on when these drivers pitted. Now, William Gay, as I said, pitted on lap 74. Still going to get around here. Nigel Steele here in second. Chase Zilla there out front. 11 laps now, 10 laps to go as he comes across the line. In the corner number 1. Chase Zilla out front. Nigel Steele there second. Ron Hammond there third. Up off the corner they go with Nigel Steele second. Ron Hammond third. Working down there off of the corner number 2. Down here through off the corner number 3 and 4. Chase Zilla coming across the line. There out front, 9 laps to go for him. Nigel Steele there in a second. Ron Hammond there in a third. William Gay working underneath of Nigel Steele now. All right, here we go. Down there off the corner. Off here, down the front stretch, down in the corner, number 1 and 2. Down through 3 and 4, rather. As Chase Zilla still out front. Coming through 1 and 2. He's got a 6 of Mike Rowland right there on his bumper. 7 laps to go. As Chase Zilla is pushing the odds here. Out here through turn 1. Gay sitting there in fourth. He is just a lap down, just behind Chase Zilla. Wonder if he's going to unlap himself the hard way here. That might be interesting to see. As Chase Zilla's out there in front. Unfortunately, Gay won't be able to get back around there to get back in front unless Chase has to pit. That's what I'm kind of looking at, is Chase might be in an area where He's going to try to push it to the end. We got William Gay here coming behind him. You got Gay now going underneath, rolling. Through 3 and 4, rather. 4 laps to go, soon to be 3 as they come here up there on across the stripe. Out here, off 2, 3 laps to go. K-Zilla out front. William Gay looking to get his lap back the hard way. Up there, off 4. Little loose there for William Gay. They come down in the corner, number 1 and 2. 2 laps to go with William Gay right there behind Chase Zilla. They work there on the corner, number 3 and 4. William Gay going to look underneath here, coming off to get that lap back, as it is 1 lap to go for Chase Zilla. Chase Zilla going to let William Gay go. Wise decision there. He needs a whole lap to get back around here. Chase Zilla, though, coming back here with the win. Great run there by William Gay to get himself unlapped. Here coming to the line. He'll get the white flag as the checkered comes out there for Chase Zilla. I'm going to say, depending on how drop weeks, depending on how things lay out, it very well could be Chase Zilla, your champion here in the Xfinity Series. Your unofficial results come in. Here we go. Your finished results here. Chase Zilla getting the win. Nigel Steele there in second. Ron Hammond third. William Gay fourth. PJ Wentland there in fifth. And Mike Rowland there sixth. James White seventh. Josh Duncan there eighth. Ryan Peters there ninth. Daryl Whitford there in 10th with Joseph Spillman in 11th. Now we'll get with our winners here tonight. Starting here with Ron Hammond possibly. Good evening there, Ron. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. What a night of racing it was.
Yeah, I was scared I wasn't going to make it to the end. I was trying.
Well, how close were you guys on fuel?
I had about half a lap left.
Okay. So you guys were really putting it close.
Yeah, I knew I didn't have nothing for them, so I knew fuel saving was going to be my only way.
Well, I mean, you did a great job to fuel save and get yourself into a third-place podium here tonight.
Yeah, I think good luck for Chase. There wasn't no catching him. I don't even know how he saved fuel.
Well, we'll find out. But a great job there. You got sponsors, shout-outs, anybody you want to thank for getting third place tonight?
No, it's just me. It's just fun to be back. I hadn't raced with these guys in probably about 2 months, so tonight was my first night back.
Well, you did pretty well getting that 190 there up into the top 3.
Yeah, I was spinning out coming across the start-finish line.
Well, I mean, you did well, and hope to see you in more races here in the future.
Yeah, I'll be here more. Christmas time's been kind of busy with some kids and stuff.
Of course. Well, you enjoy the coming week, and congrats on getting third place tonight.
Thank you, and I'm looking forward to the next season.
All right, we are too. Ron Hammond, our third place. Now we'll get with Nigel Steele. Good evening here, Nigel. How's it going? You there, Nigel? I'm not getting anything here. Nigel, I don't know if your mic's working or not. Can you hear me okay? Because I can't hear you. We'll try something here. Hey,
Pancake!
Hey, Chase, can you hear me okay?
Yep,
All right, so Nigel's got something going on with his mic then.
probably.
All right. Well, we'll see if he'll pop in here in a moment. But, Chase, how is it going there for you?
I feel pretty good now. It was good. It was a good time. I was a little scary there at the end. I ran out of fuel, like going to the checker flag pretty much, but saved enough to get the win.
So you saved enough for the win and didn't save enough for the fans.
Yeah, I got like a quarter of a burnout in before I ran out.
Well, you did a great job. And is that the Black Sabbath cross on the hood?
Yes, sir.
All right. I was trying to make it out here on stream, and I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't positive.
Yes, sir. That is it.
So, well, you did a great job. You got the points updated yet there, Chase?
Yeah, I got it. The championship by 17 points over William, and Ryan was 10 points behind him in third. Sage was 2 points behind in fourth, and all he had to do was show up today, and he had to win championship one.
Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, so I know you and Gabe pretty much battled it out all race long, and that was something there with just a few laps left, under 30 to go. Just whenever he decided he needed to try to pit.
Yeah, I guess he said he didn't want to try to save fuel, and I was like, oh, I got to save a couple laps. I could probably do it. So I was just clutching it the rest of the whole race in the corners and just trying to hold on as long as I could. It worked out.
Well, it worked out. You got it, and you got the championship and the win here tonight.
It's a good way to get it, huh?
It is a good way to end the season there before Christmas.
Yes, sir.
Well, you got anybody you want to thank or anybody you want to give a shout out to there for getting the victory here in the championship?
Just FMA, FFTV, Regal Wraps, Black Sabbath.
Oh, I mean, you did a great job, and we appreciate everything you do here, along with all the other admins. I know it takes a huge team to put these series on.
For sure. It does. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
That most definitely. So can't wait to see what next season holds. As I understand, there's a few different classes coming up for next season.
Yeah, I think Thursday we're going to do normal trucks and 87s half the season. And then Friday we're going to do the Radical SR8 and the Australian V8 supercars for road on Fridays. So it should be interesting.
All righty. Well, we'll look forward to hearing more about that as the seasons go on.
Yes, sir.
Well, congrats. You have yourself a great night there, Chase.
All right, you too, man.
All right, that was Chase Matsko there with the win here, driving at Gibson number 26. And Nigel, I don't know if your mic's working yet or not. I can't hear you. So, unfortunately, with some technical issues, we're not going to be able to get with Nigel Steele. But congrats to him, putting on quite a show there, getting in the second there tonight. So, congrats, and we'll see you all in the next, in our next show. I'm not sure exactly when that might be. We may have Roughneck tomorrow night, but I'm not positive of that. FMA is off the rest of the week. This is their week of off season until I think Thursday. We might have Thursday next Thursday is their truck series. So yeah, so we got quite the ways to wait here. So congrats, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody. Once again, thank you all for showing up and enjoying the racing action here at FFTV on the pole.
Precision is our language. Creativity is our weapon. And perfection is the only option. Your ride, your brand, your image, elevated to a level that can't be ignored. This isn't just a wrap, it's a revolution. Regal Wraps and Designs, where power meets style, and style becomes unforgettable. At Regal Wraps and Designs, we don't follow trends, we set them. Every line, every finish, every detail is built to dominate. From flawless vehicle wraps to bold custom designs, we take your vision and redefine it. Seamless statements, artful accents, hues of harmony. We are Regal Wraps and Designs.